About being a real estate agent, or at least my experience so far. For reference, I've been an agent for 4 years. I got my license right after the pandemic. At first, I thought becoming an agent was gonna be the best thing ever. I saw all of my friends and other colleagues making a ton of money in it, and I was like, you know what? I can do that too, but with more integrity. Since getting my license, I feel like I've had a harder career than most. A lot of my clients who have found me on social media have came to me to fix their problems. A lot of them work with shitty agents or are in a position that they no longer want to be in, i.e. a house that is too expensive and no one is willing to rent or buy. I've definitely earned my stripes in 4 years. I want to help people, but sometimes helping people means being the bad guy in their story. But to those who are newer agents getting into the industry, realize a lot of your clients are in a shitty position and not.
Okay, if you're a realtor and you sell a lot of houses, like, what's your next play? I got a controversial take that the most forgotten person in real estate is not the struggling agent. Quiet as it's kept, is y'all out here selling 30, 50, even 80 deals a year. And I feel like the industry is using you. It's bullshit. Because what do you even mean? You out here selling 50 houses a year. You don't need any training. You don't need motivation. You don't need anybody to teach you how to fill out a contract. You're just getting up every day, banging out your lead gen, working your sphere, closing deals. And what does your brokerage do? Focus on mega teams, mega agents, and the newbies that don't know shit.
And I keep saying that as an agent, if you're looking at becoming a real estate agent, a lot of this thing is about pimping the salespeople. It's the same way in corporate America. It's the same thing on a 1099. I got an offer to go work for an agency, and they wanted me to show up in the office 3 days out the week, the 9 a.m. to about 12 or 1 o'clock. And I looked at it. I said, hell no. As a 1099 requiring to be there? Yeah. So this industry has notoriously pimped out the salespeople, and the salespeople look horrible in the front of the public. But hey, who cares? Everybody wants to be a real estate agent still, right? But they don't go in with the right mindset. So I'm gonna tell you right now, I got a book. It's in the main description. Was it six-figure real estate agent? Six-figure real estate agent. This is not about getting out here selling a bunch of homes to people and doing open houses. This is just my advice, giving you a cool blueprint for you to become an investor-focused agent, simply because I believe as the market shifts and it changes, investor-focused agents are going to be the one helping them do multiple offers, secure multifamily properties. And guess what? If you position it right, that 3% commission goes out the door, because you don't need 3% commission to make a bunch of money as a real estate agent. You really don't. You really need to just be in a place where you control the deals. And that's what I talk about, controlling the deals.
Because they know your ass is dependable. You're going to sell the houses. You're going to do what needs to be done. And ultimately, that middle group of producing agents is who pay the bills. Yet the industry is not rewarding you with any type of tools to equip you with what you can do beyond production. And real estate is this whole big industry that we're not even taught how to explore. I remember the pivotal moment in my career with real estate where I realized that if I continued working in the system the way that it was designed, I would always be the product. No, thank you. So then I started exploring other things. I built out residual income that then gave me.
And that's where it is. You're always going to be the product. Is this the best time to get in real estate? Yeah, regardless of whatever they say. And I'm going to show you some videos that this is not a good time to be in a real estate space as an agent. I think that's completely wrong. I think this is the best time. Because when agents are quitting, when you're getting in and you're getting in with a plan, that's when the cream is actually made. That's when you make dough.
Becoming a real estate agent is a scam, and I'll tell you why. If you've been following me, you know I started as a real estate agent. I worked as an agent for like 3 years before I got into like full-time investing and wholesaling. Agent game is just such a scam for most people for so many reasons. First of all, when you get your real estate license and you sign up with the company, you're probably going to be giving away a lot of your check when you start, because these people are giving you mentorship. Maybe they're giving you leads. They're showing
50-50 split when you first get started. My first mentor, who didn't teach me crap, but just collected 50% off my very first deals, 3 deals at KW. I mean, you think about it. I'm in college, 50% to a college student who's supposed to make, $6,000. Now he's making $3,000. You think I would be happy, but I still got bills to pay and I got tuition to cover. So it is a scam if you allow yourself just to be a traditional agent and play by the rules that they give you when you go to your brokerage. If you play by those rules, you're going to get those results of those rules. And for most agents, that's selling 1 deal in a year. You think I'm crazy? She's wholesaling. You can be an agent with a license and still wholesale real estate, but you do it differently because you've got rules you got to abide by also. But those rules aren't crazy rules, especially when you're with a brokerage that specializes in stuff like that. I'm not selling you nothing. I'm just trying to give y'all the game. Trying to get y'all the game so you don't just go get a license and just think, oh, money's just going to chase me down. You got to niche down into whatever you're going to do.
You how to do it. So like in Seattle, you sell a $600,000 house, you make like $16,000. Your company is probably taking half of that on your first couple, so you make $8,000, and it's worth it because you learn. The scam part is that it's so much work to put these deals together. If you are working the residential real estate market, which most agents do, you're helping families buy houses, you're helping regular people sell their houses. It's so stressful for no reason. Like, people do not deserve these levels of stress that they go through when they're helping human people conduct the biggest financial transaction of their life. Like, agents, they have to play therapist, counselor, financial advisor, all of this shit that they're also really not qualified to do. Mind you, when you get good at selling, which you'll do in your first 5 to 10 deals, if you stay at like a big name company, they're gonna still be taking a lot of your check. Now, if you're into that, and realtors do get flexibility in their schedule, they can work from anywhere, all of the things. The real scam comes when you get sucked into the ego game and everybody wants to be the #1 realtor on whatever. And
that's the worst. When you move with investors, this is not about ego. This is not about, I got the biggest listing. Trust me, I've been down there, dude. Listen, I sold one of the largest penthouses in downtown Atlanta. 1.7. 1.7. I mean, cool little check. You get it. And then the ego blows up. Oh, man, I just did $1 million property. And then they're like, yeah, you walk around $1 million property. That's the distraction. I say that's the okie doke in the business, because there's a ton of opportunities in real estate and you don't have to do that traditional stuff to make bread.
It only matters how many houses you sell, not how much you actually make in commission that you can reinvest into property and build your future with. It becomes about creating $1 million business and your volume and blah, blah, blah. This is the mindset the big companies prey on so that they can keep taking your money. Not to mention, as an agent, you are capped at making 2 to 3% commission of the sale price, which is generally pretty good. But let me just say, and I'm not trying to sell you, I'm just trying to tell you that on my first wholesale transaction, I made $80,000 on a $400K house. That's like 20%. And wholesaling is still selling houses.
And she's not off with that at all. My wholesale deals they make my regular traditional deals feel like pulling nails. Wholesale deals are so easy as an agent. It is the terrible traditional business. I hate doing traditional business because I learned how to actually structure deals and work specifically with real estate investors. No emotion, is all based on the numbers. And I feel like women just do a great job because, and then people, they can say whatever you want to, female realtors, female agents that know how to actually structure a wholesale deal. I've seen them make so much bank, so much bread. But nobody tells that. And that's the okie doke. To me, that's one reason why I stream some of this stuff. You look at the description, you'll see there's a book right there. It'll show you how to start working with investors and how to get your license. Because if you do not turn around and focus and niche down into something that will actually make money for you, you're going to be one of these agents out here, or one of these people that are trying to get into real estate out here. You're trying, and it's just draining you. It's just pulling money out of your pocket. And to give you perspective, first couple wholesale deals, not even first 2 wholesale deals, I think I spent less than an hour on it and made two $2,000 checks. Literally. And they don't tell you about this. This is not for them. You're not supposed to succeed more than the brokerage. The brokerage is supposed to succeed and you're behind. It's just supposed to just take whatever they give you.
You're just finding the sellers off the market and you're connecting them directly to a ready, willing, and able buyer and investor. You have to get the numbers right so that you can make money. But if you're gonna go spend time and effort learning how to become a real estate agent and make 2% of commission, you might as well learn the investing game in your market, learn what the investors want to buy, go find that thing for them because they got the money ready to go. That's so much more controllable, predictable, and scalable than a retail agent business.
There's so much I would have done differently when I first became a realtor. I really did not understand how much work this shit would actually take. Because being a realtor is not for the weak. It's not for the lazy. Not for the person who just wants to be cute and thinks she's going to sell 1,000 houses by next week. This business will expose you. It'll teach you patience because bills don't move on your time. It'll teach you discipline because nobody's going to come and save you. It'll teach you consistency because motivation runs out way before results show up. You will learn quick that nobody's going to make any calls for you. Nobody's going to follow up for you. Nobody's going to build your brand for you.
And that's the thing. When you deal with, depending on what space you deal with, like I said, the business will chase you down because you have something of value instead of you chasing the business down. And that's what you want. You want the business to chase you. You want people to know, hey, I'm going to go to her or I'm going to go to him because he got the plug. He got the plug on funding loans, and he's got the plug on property that's not on the market. Brokers will not teach this. They can't teach it. If they teach it to people, honestly, they probably wouldn't even have any agents that's there. And it took me I got licensed in 2006, right? My salesperson license 2006. I didn't learn how to move like this until like 2015, bro. Like, honestly, you're talking about almost 9 years of doing traditional real estate, and it was miserable. I was trying to figure out, why the heck am I doing this? Nobody told me that there's a whole off-market business with real estate, commercial off-market investing business with real estate, and most agents don't know about it, so they never get a chance to increase it. And honestly, if I had to do it again, I would make sure I come in on that side, learn everything I got to learn. I'll probably drop the license after that because you really don't need a ton, but the license does give you access to some systems that can help you with the wholesaling side.
Nobody's going to save your month if you didn't work the first 3 weeks. You have to learn how to get up and go, even when you don't feel like it. You learn to work without an applause. You learn to keep showing up when the money is quiet. And you learn people. You learn personality. You learn who's serious and who's just talking. You learn who wastes his time. You learn who's emotional. You learn who's scared. You learn who says they're absolutely ready just to find out they're absolutely not. You learn how people think, how they move, how they lie to themselves, how they like to avoid decisions, how they blame everybody else but themselves. Here's what I think most people wish they knew before becoming a realtor. This is a sales business first, not houses, sales. Number 1. Number 2, your license does not make you money. Your habits do. Number 3, you will be uncomfortable a lot because that is part of the job. Number 4, consistency beats talent every time. Number 5, most people quit right before their business takes off. Number 6, you need systems. You cannot just be out here just vibing. Number 7, your mindset will make or break your income. Number 8, you're running a business, so you are not clocking in. Number 9, no one owes you clients. You earn them. Number 10, the work you don't see is what creates the results people envy. Real estate will either turn you into a sharper, stronger, more disciplined version of yourself, or expose every weak habit you refuse to fix. There's no in between. This job will build your confidence if you stay. It'll build your character if you're honest with yourself. It'll build your bank account if you stop treating it like a hobby. Yeah, I didn't know this at the beginning, but I do now. And I can't wait to see the flowers that's about to bloom.
And she's right. They won't tell you this. And so a lot of people get nervous on the real estate side. They don't quite
The
know what to
end goal
do.
for me in real estate was never to become a real estate agent for the rest of my life. I had a plan when I got into real estate and I made sure to execute. When I first got my license, I had already made up in my mind that I wanted to become a real estate investor, but at the time, I just did not have the money to go out and actually be able to buy a property cash. So throughout my years of being licensed, what I did was I saved up all the money that I had made and used that money to put down on my first investment property. And from there, I was able to continue building off of that, making even more money per deal. Becoming a real estate agent is a very good stepping stone, but for me, that was never the ending goal. I made sure to tell myself this is just a stepping stone. This is just a learning phase because I want to be an investor. Now, for some people, becoming a real estate agent as your ending goal is fine too. But I know for me personally, I wanted to level up and I wanted to do bigger things. And now, y'all, I have my new construction that is in the process of being built, and I am super, super excited to show y'all what that's looking like.
And yo, and that's dope. Shout out to her. She handled it the right way. A lot of people don't have that clarity and composure when they come into the game, and for that reason, I think they just end up becoming glorified order takers, and that's it. They don't have any vision past that. I mean, I know agents that have been agents. Now, I've been an agent for 20 years, but you got to realize I'm also a broker. I'm also an investor. I have multiple fix and flips, multiple wholesaling deals, 5 to 10 deals a month wholesaling. So all these different things I learned on the back of being an agent because I just did not like what they were giving me. So have a plan. Don't just even have a plan, have a blueprint. And that's why I made the blueprint is in the description so people can go way past what I've ever done in the business.
It's so funny because I posted a video yesterday celebrating my 3-month anniversary of quitting my full-time job to pursue real estate full-time. And today I had a job interview. Like, this is hard. And I never want to portray something that I'm not on the internet. I am going through it, okay, in this journey. I have little money. I am trying my best to stay afloat with these bills and trying to do my very best to get business, but this is not easy. And honestly, I feel like maybe this wasn't a smart move. Like, you know, sometimes you get a vision from God, but was it meant to be executed right away? I don't know. Okay. I'm trying not to be confused or.
So I'm going to give a little bit of shout out to this content creator for being so transparent with it. And even with me, like God told me to get my real estate license. I was just at the kitchen table, going to school at state and finishing up my degree and figuring what I'm going to do next and working at a full-time job and serving in a ministry at the same time, helping the youth and all of that. And I'm sitting at the table, God says, go get your real estate license. I believe a lot of people get that unction or that feeling, that desire to go do it. But after they get it, it's like, what do I do next? For me, the thing I think I should have done, which I didn't do till later on, was really to say, okay, God, I'm here. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to see? And when you plug in like that and you lock in, then I believe that's when I started to see things like, hey, wholesaling, investing in real estate, things like that. So it gave me a better understanding of the market. So one other thing I'm going to do, and we've got some video already lined up. These are deals that we already have looked at and we walked and the numbers are there. I'm going to go through some of those deals, play it so you can see what the properties look like, what we're talking about. But I'm not going to do it full because that's not really what Real Estate Lunchbox, this channel, was designed for. It's going to be in the Patreon. I'll touch on it so you can see the deal. And if you join the Patreon, you'll learn how to evaluate some of these deals, okay? You join the community, you learn how to evaluate some of these deals. But more importantly, I tell people, just grab the blueprint so you can at least put the elements in place and know I'm going in and I'm working as an investor-focused agent, because you learn how to actually invest in real estate working with investors that do really good. And you also learn how to turn around and to critique the ones that, not critique, but learn from the ones that you would not be able to get a course and really learn from it, because it's practical, it's right there, it's every day, and you're seeing them actually do it. The first time I saw an investor do a creative real estate deal, a subject to deal, it changed the way I did it. But I didn't go and pay a bunch of money for these courses to do it. I just got my license and I just said, hey, I'm just going to attract investors that want to buy, and I'm going to find the deals for those investors to actually buy from me. And that was it. And a lot of agents don't get this. The broker is not your friend. The broker doesn't care about you. You're only as good as the last sale. So if you're going to do this to put a bag in your pocket, in your pocket, especially when we know right now that people are jumping out. When people jump out, that's when you jump in. When the blood is in the water, that's when you jump into the water, because it's something there for you to make. And that's my message. I preach it all the time. When people ask me about it, all of that, you get in when it's bad. You don't get in when it's good. And I did that. I did that in 2006, 7. I got in when it was terrible. I didn't even know it was that terrible. Okay. And I had friends buying houses 5K because I didn't know what I was doing, didn't have a mission or even a plan. I found out down the line, dude, you got that for 5K? Why the heck didn't you tell me? Oh, no.
Be double-minded, but sometimes I just like wonder, did I make the right decision?
Yeah. And it's just not for everybody. That's the fact. Real estate isn't for everybody, especially when the market is going crazy, because right about now they're looking at real estate agents as expendable. So you gotta separate yourself from everybody that's out there.
Yeah. We got a new report, and it finds there are 30% more realtors than there are homes for sale. Mitch Rochelle joining us now. Not a good time to be a realtor, right, Mitch?
Absolutely not. And I think
so you see that message, not a good time to be a realtor. 30% more realtors than there are homes. And they're not lying. They're not off on that. And the realtors who have the deals, who have the listings that are out there doing some things, these are the people that they're niched down into specific things, and they have systems and tools put in place to help them scale against the mom and pop that just wakes up one day without a plan, without a blueprint, without any idea of what they're actually going to do. And it can be like frustrating, because I know I've been there.
the reason for that, and that's largely the listing agents versus the number of homes that are on the market. There's 1.3 million listing agents and 1 million homes on the market. And the reason for that is sellers' expectations, and we've talked about this before, of what they're...
So deals per an agent, 100, 300 deals, number of agents, 2480, 2% of those agents are less than 0.2% are actually eaten. Deals per an agent. Wow. So you have 923 agents that aren't doing any deals, zero. Got not 193 agents, 1 to 4. You got 193 agents that are doing 1 to 4 deals probably that year in 2025. Okay. Wow. So the agents doing 10 to 19 deals are about 5,100, and they make up about 4% of the transactions. 4% of the agents are actually doing that, right? 50 to 99 deals. Woo! When these guys are doing 50 to 99 deals, they have small micro teams, probably a person that works with them, an admin person that does some of their admin stuff on the back end. But they definitely have some type of system that's going. Probably one other agent, a buyer's agent or a seller's agent. And like I said, the day of the traditional agent is completely done. And people aren't listening. Some people still want to get in, and they flop around and try to figure this thing out. But this is it.
House's worst is still considerably higher than what the market can bear. If you lower the price, there will be a buyer at a lower price. It's a very efficient market, but there's a sort of baked in inefficiency, because realtors will take listings way above where the market is, and sellers have a false expectation of what they can get, and those houses never sell.
Now they're trying to tell you. Now they blame it on the agent. Now they tell you and I've seen agents do that before. They'll just turn around and just take the property and say, yeah, we can sell it for that. And we'll take that. And then it's priced 10%, 15%, sometimes 20% more than what it should be on the market. And then the seller comes to you, why hasn't it sold? And you're like, oh, it will sell. And then they get mad at agents, and they don't like realtors no more because somebody just said yes to them. I hate that model. It is a stupid model. Do not get out here and do that model. Choose your niche, go into it in investing, focus on that. You'll learn how to be a better investor. You'll see them fail, you can learn from it, and you'll make a bunch of money and build your own portfolio and do your own thing on the side. And then it changes your skill set. Real estate school did not teach me how to flip. Real estate school did not teach me how to wholesale. It didn't do that. It just put me in a position to be able to learn, but I still had to go out and do my own education.
Maybe one day the realtor business will come back into a boom time, but it ain't just yet, is it? I got researchers saying that higher earners They're the ones driving home prices. It's not a lack of supply, it's the higher earners. They're doing this. So what makes you a high earner? $100,000 a year plus?
I don't think $100,000 a year, unfortunately, these days makes you a high earner, and I don't think $100,000 a year, for joint income can get that $409,000 house price.
Wow, $100,000 a year no longer makes you a high income earner. This is crazy, crazy, crazy. Now you're talking about a husband probably that does 50, 60, a wife that does probably 50, 40, 60, balancing out at that 100. Insane. That won't get you the $400,000 house no more. It won't. That's why I advocate for you to niche down, get your license, bunk what they say, let it be your part-time hustle, but build your systems and tools on the back of it, and just focus on being the person who has the deals that people chase down because they got the deals, that investors jump into your buy box because you got the deals. If you're an investor, also, I've got a free giveaway that I do, our investor list. We send it out every Friday. The link is in the description. Go ahead and do that and fill it out. You'll get that set up. Systems, AI sends it to you. Okay, off-market deals that we get sent to us, so we turn around and send it to you, so you're able to see how you make money or deals that are out here that you'll never find on a multiple listing service.